Howdy guys, I'm Zach Palmer and welcome to Autoblog Garage. This week we have a special episode because, well, right here is a supercar, the Maserati MC20. It's not every week that we have a supercar here for Autoblog Garage, but this is an extremely good one. So the MC20, Maserati's newest, latest model, its first supercar in forever. We're super excited to have it. So let's take a look at the outside. After that, we'll hop in, talk a little bit about the engine, everything that this MC20 has in store for us. Starting with the design up front, well, this beautiful cherry red paint. It's a really great shade on this car. You can see that the entire design is very simple, beautiful, elegant. That's really what Maserati wants to stress with this car, is that, you know, it's not a Lamborghini. It's not going to be all crazy, pointy, anything like that. It's a simple design. Up front though, we do have the $35,000 carbon fiber pack. So, you know, you have this massive carbon fiber splitter. You'll notice as we go along the rest of the car, there's a lot more of that. You'll also know it's a Maserati up front. You got two tridents right here, one in blue and white right there on the bumper, and then one down here in the vent. So a lot of Maserati logos, but let's go find some more and walk along the side of the car here. One thing I will point out is these super awesome birdcage style wheels, painted in black. Also hiding the carbon fiber ceramic brake package and the yellow calipers. So that is an option on this car. You don't get carbon ceramic standard. Moving along, we see, well, we got the MC20 logo right here. It's the only place in the car that actually says MC20 on the outside. And more carbon fiber. You can see it's almost like half the door right here. There is a ton of carbon fiber. Got your intake right here. Really sweet how it's integrated in there. See, one thing that Maserati stressed with the design of this is that the top half is supposed to be this beautiful, elegant, just timeless look, while the bottom half is meant to be, you know, it's there for downforce aero. You got just a really pretty combination of those two things, and it's not too busy of a design because of that. So moving along to the back, some more beautiful, elegant, timeless looks. This thing is stunning in any parking lot, honestly. Again, massive amounts of carbon fiber here. Got a carbon fiber diffuser, whole bumper encases the exhaust. Really pretty. I also love that Maserati script up there. Super classy design. So now that we looked around the outside, how about we check out the inside? So hopping into the MC20, you don't have normal doors, of course. You got these beautiful supercar butterfly doors that swing up like so. And to get in, well, it's not as easy. You got this big old carbon fiber piece sitting out there. So the best way I found to get into this thing is to go ahead and just situate yourself beyond that carbon fiber piece, then sit your butt down in like so. And then that allows you to swivel fully in. And then closing is actually fairly easy. You got a nice strap here on the door. You can just pull it on shut and you're in. So now that we are in the MC20, let's take a look around us and see what we have. So immediately, this is a very basic center tunnel. There's not a lot going on here. You got this bare carbon in here and big old touch screen there, another screen here, but pretty simplistic design. There's not a million buttons, switches, and toggles to mess with here. We can see we have our reverse button right there, drive and manual switch button right there. Then this is our drive mode selector. So you got GT, Sport, Corsa, Wet, and an ESC off mode if you are on the racetrack. Forward to that, we have a wireless phone charger right there. This car does have wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. Pretty easy window controls right there, and a volume knob that is a nice metal knurled right there. So that's all very nice. On the steering wheel directly in front of us, we have an Alcantara wheel with carbon fiber on top and on bottom. Pretty basic controls here. Now, if you've seen many Alfa Romeos about, you'll know that these are pretty much ripped off of some Alfa Romeos. Very similar design right there. That's because Stellantis, Maserati, Alfa Romeo, a little bit of part sharing going on. Now you know what you're in because you got this sweet little MC20 badge right there on the dash. That's backed by some nice metal. All throughout here, of course, the spec on this one is mostly a black and gray interior with some nice yellow stitching. Matches the yellow calipers out there. Mostly though, this cabin is, you know, a lesson of minimalism and nothing too crazy. It's very luxurious without being overcrowded, over busy, sort of like the exterior design. There's nothing too crazy here like a Lamborghini or Ferrari. Some other things that I will point out from a tech standpoint, this does have the Sonos Faber audio system. This is the only car that a Sonos Faber system is in. Maserati is exclusive with that system. And also got a nice little launch button on here. It's a sweet little, just easy access if you want to hit 0 to 60 in the 2.9 seconds that Maserati says that the MC20 can go. But we should probably fire up this car real quick just to see what these screens look like. So I'll hit the start button. Get to hear the sound of that V6. So right here, we got a pretty wide screen right there. It's running Uconnect 5. Yes, that is fantastic. That is exactly what we want to see Maserati using, that on a unique infotainment software. So this is perfect. It's similar to like a Jeep Grand Cherokee or a Ram 1500, just in the Maserati widescreen format. Really, really love that. And then also on the instrument cluster right here, this is fully digital. You have very legible gauges, and they also change depending on which mode you're in. So you can put it in sport, you get a better tack. You can throw it all the way into Corsa, and things change even further. You have a horizontal tack. So a lot of really neat tech in here in addition to the awesome design. I'm definitely a fan of everything that's going on inside. But we should look at some of the storage as well, because that is also technically the interior. Check out the trunk, and yes, there is a Frunk. So let's hop out real quick, see what we got. So as you can tell, the MC20 does have a Frunk. It's not a big one though. You can see it's very, very shallow. They've actually used it for the owner's manuals and all of the various literature that you have with the car. One neat feature that it does have though is you have a 12-volt outlet up here. So if you're like a normal supercar user, you don't drive your car that often, you can keep it on a battery tender and you can plug in right there via the 12-volt plug. It's a nice little feature. We'll also note you got your windshield washer fluid up here. So not a whole lot going on up here, but the fact that there even is a Frunk is a nice plus. Not every supercar has one. So now we're at the back of the MC20 where the trunk and also the engine is. You can open it via the fob or via a button inside there. Let's use the fob right here. When you do open it, you'll notice you have, well, it's one big opening. You have the trunk and the engine all in one. Looking at the trunk first here, it's fairly small. You see you have this sort of slanted view here too. You're certainly not going to get a big set of golf clubs in here. There's just not a lot of space. You know, you can put a couple bags of groceries, maybe a small duffel or two, but this is like at most like an overnight supercar, not like a week-long vacation supercar. So don't think that you're going to do that. But the real piece de resistance that we can see in here, of course, is the 3-liter twin-turbo Nettuno V6. This is the Maserati-developed twin-spark Nettuno V6 engine, 621 horsepower, 538 pound-feet of torque. This is the monster that makes the supercar what it is. It's a very, very special engine. It's the first super great big Maserati engine in a long time because, well, Maserati's been using Ferrari engines for the longest of times. Now they have their own supercar with their own engine. So it gets you to 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds using the launch control. Very, very quick. Top speed over 200 miles per hour. This is a fast car, supercar type speeds, acceleration, and also top speed. Really, really, really great powertrain back here. It's paired with an 8-speed dual clutch automatic transmission. Sends power to a mechanical LSD as standard, but this one has the optional electronic LSD. So rear wheel drive, of course, is not an all-wheel drive supercar. Those are the basics of the MC20 powertrain, and that is about it. But before we close things out, you guys should give this thing a listen because it sounds really good. So that, ladies and gentlemen, was the Maserati MC20. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Finally, make sure you comment down below. Let us know what you think about this beautiful Italian supercar.